Welcome. I'd like to take you for a journey around the world that starts in southern India. Imagine that you're in the courtyard of a centuries old family home where women in sari dresses are gathered around a mortar and pestle. Next, we'll go to Manchester, England, where a group of chums are together watching the United play, drinking pints, and eating chips. Then we go across the Atlantic to Jamaica, where a family is preparing a fatted goat for a day-long roast over a slow-burning fire. Then it's the Gulf of Thailand, where villagers prepare vegetarian dishes for their beloved Buddhist monks at the temple. All of these small glimpses into day-to-day life may show us very different people in very different situations, but there is one thing that everyone I've mentioned has in common, and that is that they're all eating curry. So today I'd like to explain to you what curry is, where it came from, and how it made its voyage into the kitchens, hearts, and tummies of people around the world. So where did it come from? We'd have to go to the Indus River Valley, where recently archaeologists have found evidence that over 4,500 years ago, a mixture of turmeric, garlic, and ginger was made into a paste. Anna Louise Taylor of the BBC explains that if these findings are correct, that curry is the oldest continuously prepared food in human history. Now you might think it's missing a little spice, or kari, which translates to curry, but it wasn't until later that peppers and chilies were added to the turmeric, garlic, and ginger to make it the flavor profile that it's more commonly known for. So how did it travel? Naturally, curry made its way north through the rest of India, and as it was traveling north, China was heading west on a newly established Silk Road. When they came to the area that we know now as Pakistan or the Ganges River, the Himalayas, northern India basically, they came across the spice profile and decided that they were going to take it back to the Far East with them. Scholar Ajay Shankar said in his article, Archaeology and the Silk Roads, that the two greatest commodities to ever travel outside of India were Buddhism and curry, which is a pretty weighted statement. When it was brought back to the Orient, as some would call it, it went to regions like Sichuan, where it was created into an even spicier profile, or Canton, where it was added to sauces, Japan, where it was made into fish soups, to Thailand, where it was added to green vegetables and green herbs like cilantro and lime, and then made an impact as being green Thai chili, or green Thai curry, excuse me. It made its way around the Pacific Rim by boat and was added to things like coconut milk, making it popular in the Polynesian region. So how did curry make its way to Europe? Well, there was an obsession in the middle part of the last millennium with exploration in Europe. Portugal is usually given credit for discovering India, even though China did it much earlier, because they were trying to find a way to circumnavigate the globe. England would become a world power, and trade and colonization of Indian properties naturally brought back the cultural exchange of curry. Once it came back to the British Isles, it became so popular that by today's standards in modern culture, most people there don't even look at it as an Indian food anymore. It's put on chips, curry sauces, and even shepherd's pie. From there, naturally, it would travel to the Americas, but most credit for it coming to places like the South, Latin America, and the Caribbean can be given to the East India Trading Company. It's even thought that it may have influenced certain aspects of Creole and our local Gullah cuisine. Andrea Freitas, who's a food historian, said in her article Recipe for History, that curried goat is so synonymous with Jamaica. Who even thinks of it as Indian? So where do we go from here? We have a whole new world with curry. We have web-based info now and extensive aisles in grocery stores of international food and cuisine, and people who can travel as easily as they can think about traveling, broadening their horizons and broadening their palates. Imagine my surprise, being a self-proclaimed foodie, seeing Nick Stellino on PBS adding it to tomato sauce, or Vivian Howard from Kinston, North Carolina, making a Carolina pork curry. So whether you're in the Ganges or in the Caribbean or the pubs of Britain or the monasteries of Thailand, curry is the oldest and most well-traveled and well-traded spice commodity in the world. So be it bright from turmeric or spicy from cayenne or perhaps masked with a mysterious lore about it, I hope from now on you'll enjoy its flavors even more so. Namaste.